Okay, so remember we're on activity 20.2, part 1. I was on the subway until Wall Street. We are going to circle the nouns. We're going to put a box around your proper nouns. We're going to put a squiggly line under the verb. So first, let's identify our noun, which is subway. And then next, we're going to identify our proper noun, Wall Street. Wall Street is a place. Subway is a thing. Wall Street is capitalized, therefore it's the name of a place. It's a proper noun. And then we need that squiggly line under our verb, which is was. Number 2, Mr. Fremont is a jolly man. So our noun first is man. It's not jolly. Jolly is describing him. Next will be our proper noun. Mr. Fremont is a proper noun because he's capitalized. And then last, we need our verb, to be verb, which is. We were really hungry. This one is tricky. There is no common noun. You might think we, but we is a pronoun which you haven't learned about yet. So next will be proper nouns. As you notice, the only capitalization is at the beginning of the sentence, so there are no proper nouns. So the last thing will be our verb, which we put a squiggly line under. Number 4, the player hit the baseball out of the park. So we're going to go with our nouns first. So we have a person, player, we have a thing, baseball, and we have a place, park. Park is not capitalized, therefore it is a common noun. There are no proper nouns in this sentence. The next thing will be our verb, which is an action verb. What did the player do? He hit the baseball. So hit is our verb. Number 5, her mom's name is Mrs. Gunter. So we have our nouns first. So mom is a noun. Name is a noun. Then we need our proper nouns. So proper nouns are capitalized. So Mrs. Gunter would be a proper noun. And then the last thing we need is our verb, which is our to be verb. Okay, next we're going to go to part 2. On part 2, we're going to do some changing. So we're going to change our nouns from singular to plural. So I had 1 witch, and then it became 5 witches. I don't want 5 witches. So since it ends in CH, I know that I must add ES. If you said ES, you are correct. 1 child becomes 2 children. 1 puppy, 2 puppies. I changed my Y to an I, and I add ES. 1 mouse equals 3 mice. That's an irregular noun. Child to children is an irregular noun. 1 towel becomes 6 towels. We simply add an S on towel. 1 firefly becomes 4 fireflies. For this one, we have to do some changing. So we get to the Y, we change it to an I, add ES. 1 squirrel equals 9 squirrels. It's crazy cute. IRRELS. And then 1 elf equals 8 L's. So that F changes to a V. Remember that spelling rule? We haven't had that in a while. EL. We don't write the F. It changes to a V and we add ES. Okay, at the bottom, we're going to pick out the correct one that has correct capitalization and correct punctuation. So remember our abbreviations for We have to make sure those have the correct period there. So that one has a period, the rest don't. So I'm going to say that one. Number 2, both have a period for Mr. Jim Burton, but this one is capitalized, that one's not. So we're going to go to the second one. Mrs. Lynn West, 2 periods there, but this one is capitalized. Then the bottom one is tricky. So because we know Miss does not have an abbreviation. It's not an abbreviation, so it does not have a period. So the one with the period is not it. So it means it's this one or this one, and this one that's capitalized is the correct one. Okay, so then I'm going to clear my screen as we move to the second page. Okay, on page 2, part 4, we have to do some corrections. So is Mrs. Wiggins a teacher at Western High? So number 1, we always capitalize the beginning of the sentence. So I'm going to scratch out that I and put a capital I. Mrs. Wiggins. So Ms. Wiggins needs an abbreviation. It's an abbreviation, so it needs a period. Scratch out the M and the W, and they need to be capitalized. M and W. A teacher at Western High is the name of a school, so it needs to be capitalized. And do I put a period at the end? Is Miss. Oh, it starts with is, so that's a question, so I put a question mark. All right, a mouse ran past the door and startled Mr. Smith. So capitalize the beginning of the sentence. Ran past the door and startled Mr. Smith. Give him a period for the abbreviation. I have to go over with that. So I need a capital M and a capital S on Mr. Smith and the period at the end. My birthday is on Monday, March 7th. So now I start with the capitalization at the beginning of my sentence. Capital M is on Monday. Monday is the name of a day of the week. We always capitalize that. Proper noun. March, name of a month. So we need to capitalize it. And I put a period at the end. We're going on periods at the end. They too tall. Okay, I am going to eat at the Burger King that is on Oak Street. So I start with a capitalization at the beginning of my sentence. Burger King is the name of a place. I need to capitalize it. I should only be crossing out the B. It's just hard to write on the screen. And then Oak Street is the name of a street. So we need to capitalize it, Oak and the S, and then period at the end. Okay, can you help Miss Winters find the state of Maine on the map? So can needs a capital C at the beginning of the sentence. Miss Winters. Remember, she does not need an abbreviation because Miss is not abbreviated. So I just need a capital M and a capital W. Find the state of Maine. So we always capitalize the name of states, capital M. And she said, can you? So she's asking a question. Put a question mark. All right, on the bottom, we have am, are, is. Those are our to be verbs. That means present tense. It's happening right now. So he is. You are. I am. And she is. Part 6 is your past tense verb, was and were. I didn't even read the sentences. He is very sleepy. You are a really good pal. I am not really hungry right now. She is smart. So we were goes with we. So we were at the park. I was so mad yesterday, and they were satisfied with their gift. All right, check your work and good job. That is the end of this lesson. You do not have to turn this in. We will be having a grammar test next week. So if you need to study this, you are free or welcome to take it home with you.